There's glory in the legends of this hard muscle life, and there's poetry in each season made of sweat and strife. Winds whisper of high hopes. Victory is in the skies. A season awaits with glory in her eyes. One joins with many on summer's green field. Time to strive, to dare, for all not to yield.
This starts right here.
EMAD. EMAD.
This is the story of four fathers who are dedicated to providing a successful experience for their boys. They recognized that they needed to change the direction of their team, who were 1-7 just the year before.
All I needed to do was get my foot in the door.
This is a story about four fathers who turned their sons into forever EMADs.
These great kids, and we're not getting the job done.
Had us do every single exercise that they were going to put these kids through. That I'd never realized how much in my life that it changed my life.
This is a story about a journey that changed all their lives.
Expectation of what was there and then the reality so far exceeded my expectation.
Let's go for the best. Let's go for the jugular.
First thing you do is you check out. Forward target area.
You know what? We gotta get a blow.
Get it in here! I got one thing to say. This is when the big dogs come out. Okay? You can't roll with the big dogs. Stay on the board.
Since 2004, Coach Rodriguez knew he and his coaches had leveled off. He came up with a bold plan that would change everything. He would go after the most successful coach in Bulldog history. How do you convince Coach Satini Paloa to come out of retirement? He knew the answer would lie somewhere between the kids and the coach's shared passion for the game.
Started with a recap of the previous season, our 1-8 season. We got these great kids, but we're not getting the job done.
Rodriguez would start by taking a page from Paloa's own playbook.
At the same time, blurted out, you know what, we got to get Paloa. And at the same time, we said, why would he do this?
He basically said, hey, I'd like to have a meeting with you. I'm going to come by out on the boat 6 o'clock in the morning. Nobody knew what was going on. He asked, okay, so what do you guys do as far as what are your practices, your schedules, and everything like this? And they just pulled it out. I'm like, whoosh, like actually, I have it with me right here. And he was kind of surprised, and he was like, what? This guy's, I know he's right then. This guy, Martin's serious.
You and I agreed that he was going to be the next coach. He just wasn't part of the process yet.
Still going after Coach Tajin, and I didn't even know how to contact Coach Lass. And he's out in the, he's one of those, like a Marine. He wants to be out in the woods, and you will not find him no matter what.
Get one, Get them all.
Then Coach Miller, the same thing. Well, you know what, Mark? Thank you very much for thinking of us, but not right now. And exactly the same words came out of Coach Tajan's mouth. I was just swinging by Coach P's house to drop off some goodies. Then just out of nowhere, here comes Coach Lassen. Coach Tajan walks into, and I'm like, what the heck, these guys? And they had already spoken. At that point, nothing will happen until he gives the command. And this is such a loyal and faithful group that's what they brought to the table, and that's what I wanted our coaching staff to see.
Said, okay, now it's your turn. This was like the WWF Tag Team Wrestling or something. He was giving me all these reasons why this is not going to work, which of course I didn't hear any of them. You come on board and do this, and everyone's on the same page. You call the shots, you put our kids wherever you want to put our kids. I would say that about 40 times, and I think he was starting to believe it, why we needed talents to come help with our kids. And then he would explain to me how he couldn't do it, didn't have time, had 2 jobs, had a paper route. He only said no maybe 20 or 30 times, which just kind of bounced off my head because Martin and I had already decided he's going to be the next coach. Finally, just I think to get me out of his office, he says, well, we'll think about maybe just teaching you guys how to coach. We'll do a little coaching clinic.
We can call it a coaching clinic, and the pump would be prime.
Call it that?
Sure, yeah, right.
Well, sure, we can call it that.
Then Martin and I huddled, and we decided, well, wait a second. For the life of us, we couldn't figure out anywhere in Lois history where he only did something a little bit. It was just an all or nothing proposition. We could just potentially parlay that. Once he got into the strategy and planning and getting back his little team, and he got Lass and he got Tage.
When all of his sons were home for the summer, my son A-Rod was home for the summer, and we were all in. And then finally, I think that they finally said, okay, you know what, we're all in, and but you guys are gonna have to come to an actual clinic and see what your boys are gonna go through with that little weekend drill that they put us through. And I know the kids didn't, I never knew that we had to do that.
We get up here to the Fast Center, and I meet Coach Crosby, and he makes me look small.
Fathers learn why they call them coaches.
Coach P, had never met Coach P before, and right off from the get-go, I knew the intensity level had just been raised.
Like father, like son becomes like son, like
and
father.
Then they bring us out to this open common area, and they start with these exercises, and this table is more flexible than me, but I had no idea what exactly we were getting into. And, they had us do every single exercise that they were going to put these kids through. And the funny thing is what was really funny was, remember, they were gonna teach and treat us like they were gonna get the kids. And there was somebody that was a little late the second day. Wasn't there?
Oh yes.
Well,
I'm pretty sure you had the distinct honor of being the first, what should we call a Lassen victim, and you had the drop.
Oh yeah.
And
yep. I was the first one up. I was the first one out of our coaching staff that was late, and right away, Coach Lassen treated me like one of the football players, and said, hey, okay, you drop and give me some push-ups.
The behind-the-scene education begins. The discipline starts.
That wasn't the first guy that done push-ups for Lassen.
Oh, that's right.
That was my coach. When Lassen marked orders, I was up and I was moving, and I already knew the drill. I knew it was going on.
Because it's instilled in you.
That first clinic, and I think it was clear to all of us that not just the intensity level, but the organization, and then the skills, had all of these basics that we were starving for, and I walked away with, man,
Yeah.
this is so well organized. Goes up and practices scripted. And I mean, I'm telling you, a sip of water is scripted on the page, right? We get the end of the practice, we look at each other and go, this is really happening, right?
The exercise session out here that we had, oh my gosh, when I went down those stairs, I'm like, this is way more serious than what I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to take it out on the kids.
Coach is talking to you. You lose. We do not lose at anything. Do you understand? Yes! We will not lose at anything, including warm-up. Do you understand? Yes!
When we were up there at, up there in the wrestling room, and they said, well, we're gonna get to know these kids first, and we're gonna play these small games.
Everybody in here has value.
The philosophy is taught that it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Harrys and the Joes. The first step in building the foundation of a team is understanding that each person has value.
Back! Marcus, go back!
To know one another first, and starting to build from there, building a foundation.
No one is more important than the other. A successful group takes on an identity of their own.
Yeah, team building exercises, that's what he called it.
EMADs take time to save time.
The other teams, they were already out. They went from last year, boom, right away they went into their gear and started running around and doing this, that, and the other. And I remember Jack Nags asking me one. He goes, "Hey, when do you guys plan on getting on the field?" And because we were up there for one solid week, and he was kind of concerned. And getting a strong camaraderie right there first, get to know a little bit about each and every one of them. You want to make sure that they don't get the dark side.
The message to the players is clear. Being an EMAD and what it means to be a team is established at the first meeting. EMADs are being taught the right way to respond to the dark side and how to use the force. Coaches establish and explain what is expected of these young men in the coming season. Proper behavior is demonstrated. Too cool to try versus great effort. The foundation is laid for each and every one of them to not be afraid to fail. It's characteristic of great teams that they don't knock each other down, but they pick each other up. The EMADs were on a mission to chase perfection and would achieve excellence in the attempt.
When then Rocket came on board,
Yeah.
okay, and Coach B says, all right, you guys, he's in the lunchtime, lunchroom, you see him, you go sit with him, you don't let him out there by himself where he's gonna get, sucked into the wrong crowd. You guys are right there. And that's what they all did. So the team building is important, but at the same time I'm feeling, oh man, we're gonna fall behind. These guys are out on the field. They're working it. They're gonna get ahead of us. And these thoughts are rolling through my mind.
You're not a guard or a tackle or a fullback. You're a person.
The importance of yes, coach, and team discipline is established
When we get out
day
of the field,
one.
within a fairly short period of time, watching how we're operating and watching how they're operating, and I'm going, all right, this is going to be okay. And then, of course, the first scrimmage, that was very special. It was
Against the other team.
against the other team, and our kids, they knew what they were doing. And they hadn't even mastered it yet, and they were so far ahead of the other group.
I could see them starting to see the system and how it's working, but even then we didn't quite understand how all of these little individual drills, where we still haven't run any damn plays, are leading up to how we're going to translate to anything going on the football field. We got to that scrimmage point where Coach P calmly calls in for plays. And we kind of revert back to our panic mode again, like we did every season. Coming back in the huddle, they just had these big grins on their faces. And you could see that they, after all of that time, the previous 2 weeks, all of this tied into this beautiful system of plays. Coach P comes up to me, he says, "What do you think?" And I think all I did was just give him a big hug. Around and excited and just looking forward to that first Saturday.
The message is clear. As individuals, you do not succeed in this sport. As a fist, we become stronger, and we become a force.
They're all smart kids. They all want to play hard. They all want to play better. And after the first few practices where we went through this script and they started to get a feel for how this was going to go down, and then they started learning it, they got excited. Because knew that this is what we're all looking for.
Maybe right there, we hit a home run. Hold up.
And they were ready. They were ready to do something bigger and better.
Stay on it, guys. You gotta stay on it. You make the contact, or just come.
If it's okay with the rest of the coaches, let's go for the best. Let's go for the jugular. And that's Coach P and his coaching staff.
The construction of a team begins to unfold. The foundation had been laid. It was time to build the house, the doghouse.
Football in America is a special game, a unique game. The men who play it make it so. All of them are fearless. All of them are strong, quick, and all of them are part of a story that began long ago. A story written by men who found in a sport a demanding measure for their own courage and ability.
Wide receiver and safety.
Yes.
Paul Sunquist, quarterback, middle linebacker, wide receiver and safety.
Tyler Presser, fullback, strong linebacker.
Oliver, corner and receiver.
Lane Rasmussen, corner and receiver. Dylan Hancock, receiver and cornerback.
Kyle Perry, halfback. Emerald, right tackle and Sandbacker.
Michael Plaster, Z and defensive end.
All your nicknames.
Very possible
Logan Ryder, halfback.
Justin Gigliamona, fullback, linebacker, right tackle, Monster, Nathan Faggard, defensive back and wide receiver.
Cody Bogart, right guard and defensive tackle.
Barry Youngdahl, quarterback, Cabbage Head Youngdahl.
Troy Nett, wide receiver, left guard, defensive end, and PAT long snapper. Rob Wentz, center, defensive end, Rocket, center, and
Tyrell Murray, left tackle, on offense and defense, big crunch.
Isaac Nelson, left guard, and D tackle.
And, you know, one of the things that I felt we had not done well was get these kids to really play as a team.
And also the thing that everybody knew is it wasn't a one-man show. Is that everybody had a job. If you did your job, you succeeded. Every boy knew that.
Just like Coach P said at the beginning, Martin, you guys need to go back down to the basics. But then at the same time, as far as the blocking schemes, the offensive line, what they had to do and everything, you know, they're 8th graders. I'm still not too sure that they're going to be able to do it, but he broke it down on every single position. Everybody knew their job, and his repetition, doing it over and over and over again, and it just came second nature.
Put in perspective a little bit, Steve, do you remember a couple of plays from the 7th grade?
I was confused, let alone the kids. So complicated, and we boiled it all down to we're going to run a 3.
So that first game, was it Rogers?
Yep.
And we scored first. We marched down the field. We held them defensively, a very good team.
Game 1 Rogers, the big comeback. Perry scores 2 touchdowns in a turnover fest. The EMAD show ability to recover from adversity, one of the lessons taught by the coaches. Kids learn they can compete. Most of the players are in the right position, they just need more reps. Rogers, a perennial playoff team with very good skill players, finds out what it's like to be in a dogfight. The fist gets tighter.
We tied them, which was exciting. The kids were just ecstatic about it. It's like they won the Super Bowl or something. They were so excited that to see all that hard work and how that system worked, and actually get in there and actually put those plays in motion on the field in a heated battle, a close game, and come not with a victory but with a tie. It was like they won the championship.
And the parents too.
They were like, this works. The coaches coached us, they coached the kids, they put it on the field, and they were competitive. So from game 1, we were competitive. Not one game against Ufreda.
Ufreda, who was, right, in the heat, we had travel for all these games, right. But you know, they were undefeated the previous season. I mean, 30-28 in the final minute. I walked away from that game, and I know it was painful not to win the game when it was so close and we had it in our hand. But I walked away going, you know what? We just about knocked off an undefeated team. We're getting there.
What's the press that we got from the Spokane guys? Like the afraid coaches saying how great of a game it was that we played, and
how well coached.
How well coached.
Sportsmanship.
The sportsmanship.
EMADs become FedEx as they score on the ground and through the air. Bear throws the first touchdown passes of the year, both to Plaster. Defense exhibits the knack for causing turnovers. Code Engel comes up with 2. The Piglets, soon to become Hogs, show the ability to fulfill their assignments against a team that won the championship the year before and were undefeated over a 2-year period. Showing EMAD character, Troy Nutt and Paul Sundquist not only handled the ball, they also played on the O-line as the fullbacks become a force to be reckoned with. Presser scores his first touchdown of the season. Tyler Presser calls his own number for a fake punt, much to the surprise of the coaching staff. EMADs lose a hard-fought battle. 3 lessons learned. First, we can score with the best of them. Second, we lost the game by 2 due to missed assignment. 3, we need to emphasize defense and move people around. Third game, Football 101, being hit. Another trip to Spokane, an early kickoff, along with a record-setting temperature of over 90 degrees. The team we played went 7-1 the year before and was undefeated this year. This would be the story of two halves. First half, we got punched in the face. And in the second half, we fought back. The coaching staff made a few adjustments and we were able to shut them down in the second half. A trend that would continue the rest of the season. 3 more lessons were learned. We must play physical. Become the hammer, not the nail. That means you hit first and often. EMADs learned the value of every man doing their job. In order to win, the EMADs had to learn to finish. Finish each assignment, block, tackle, and run. Game 4, the winning streak begins. Another undefeated Spokane school. However, this time the Dogs play at home. Coaches Youngdahl and Plaster suggest some personnel changes on defense, and intensity is emphasized at practice. Osterman and Bonine, the killer hobbits, instigate the hitting frenzy.
About the 3rd or 4th week of practice and seeing how well these kids were doing and how well they were picking up on this system because it was integrated so well from practice to field play to field prep and getting these kids ready was they were excited about it. And so my expectations went from just being competitive to, frankly, I think we're going to win some of these games.
Each new Sunday meant a brand new challenge, rich with new opportunities. A time for achievement, a time for purpose, a time for glory.
A time for winning. The offense would fire on all cylinders, especially the Hogs up front, led by Nelson and Murray, opening huge holes for the running backs and protecting both QBs. Offensive flair. First, the second well-executed double pass, Sundquist to Plaster, followed by an even better sweep pass, Perry to Sundquist. Hancock and Razzie secured the perimeter on both sides of the ball. The defense had its first goal line stand of the season, and the Dogs posted their first shutout and win.
I like this kind of party, baby.
That's the enemy over there. They're not your friends. You don't go over there and shake hands, smile, hug their neck.
Let's knock them on their backs, butt them in the mouth, knock their ass in the dirt. That's what we got to do.
We got to stop that buddy ball. Smash everybody in the mouth. Take the running backs to the stands. Run up in the stands and slap their mama.
The fist is formed. Second home game. First at Memorial Field. This Spokane school had a 6'5", 260-pound defender that our center, Rocket, who is 5'8", 130 pounds soaking wet, had to block all night long. The result? Another shutout and another 22 points on the scoreboard. EMAD moves to his new home at linebacker and likes the neighborhood. Troy Nutt starts to become a dominant force on the perimeter. Joining Murray, Nelson, and Rocket on the pig farm are EMAD and Bogart. The offensive line has now become hogs and are controlling the line of scrimmage, opening gaping holes for Perry and Presser to run through.
So pay attention.
They took it to us at the start of the game. We had way too many mistakes and we were tennising. We cannot start the third quarter that way. Do you understand? Yeah! You get into a wide formation and they're loaded up to stop the run with their linebacker. Nobody's covering Mikey, right, Mikey, half the time. Every time they don't cover Mikey, we drop our hands and throw it to him. We get 15 yards if you stay out there. There's only one guy out there, and he's being blocked by our corner. Don't cut it back. Our house, it pushes around. You can't be done. In the second half, that's when we're going to really stick it to them. That's when we're going to show them how Sandpoint hit, how EMAD hit, how we want more than they can do. You can't be done.
More adjustments at halftime lead to better execution. Theirs, not ours. EMADs get the message as they hammer Ferris into the turf. Quarterbacks Youngdahl and Sunquest have another great night throwing the ball, completing 9 out of 10. No interceptions and another TD pass. Mike Plaster learns another lesson to stay outside and creates havoc for opposing defenses. The lessons learned will prove invaluable in the playoffs. Caden Oliver's return to the lineup pays huge dividends. The EMADs learned to finish, and the defense has its third goal line stand of the season.
That's 2 in a row. Next week, we get to play the other guy. We just keep getting better. There was some great plays. Let's take a couple recaps. We had 2 goal line stands, and again, for the second game in a row, we stopped them on our 1 yard line, and we went 99 yards again. 2 games in a row now. We played 2 different quarterbacks. We've only had 1 incomplete pass.
Every one of you that made a tackle stand up. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Nice job on defense. In the second half, we started hitting. That's the idea. I wrote some pads the second half. We got to have that the whole game next week. You understand? Yes! Where are you? Okay. When you catch the ball, where are you supposed to run? Did you see that? Yeah.
Let's hear from Mikey. Hey, Mikey, in order for you to catch the ball, what else had to happen?
The line had to get their blocks and the quarterbacks had to get their throws.
Let's hear for those guys.
This is my 4th year of waiting. I'm ready to adopt, he ran fast. I mean, was that run down the sideline? Yeah. He was fast. He just ran fast. And he went, what? 80 yards? Yeah. Unbelievable. For Mikey.
There's runs. Yeah. There's runs again. Let's hear for God. 5 more if you roll, it has to happen. Here again.
Emerald's hit from the side.
Oh, yeah. Let's cheer for Emerald's hit.
Kyle, I think we were like at the 5-yard line, and he was chugging his legs, and we all got behind him.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I told you to give me the ball, I promised I would run it in.
yeah, you did. Let's cheer for Kyle.
You guys are going to beat anybody you play if you don't make any mistakes. We're getting good enough where we can overcome even our mistakes. When we get to the point where we don't make mistakes, there's not going to be anybody to play with you guys. You guys don't understand how good you can be yet, but you're starting to show it.
But it's not about me. Okay? It's not about you. It's about you guys. It's about you guys. This is a team win. Okay? As we go through this thing, everybody's going to have the moment in the sun if you just keep playing. What's happening is we're starting to believe.
The first team under the lights that won in Sandpoint.
Great job. Now, next week, I don't want any talking about the other teams. I don't care what they say during the week. I don't care what they say. You'll do your talking Saturday night here against the other Sandpoint team. All right? Okay? E-Man's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Starts with you, ends with you. Your production is what makes the difference between win and lose.
Quick little story about myself. I was given anything, not only to be out there on this field right now, had an opportunity like that, just to be able to wear your uniform. I never got that chance. As a little kid, I had to work. So I came from a small migrant family, and I had to provide at 7 years old. I want you guys to think about that. And you got to go out there, take that field, have pride, show class, show sportsmanship, but above all, play your freaking hearts out. You understand me? Yes!
The dogfight. The build-up for this game had been going on since 5th grade. The EMADs had never won in this Civil War. The fist becomes clinched, and the EMADs show up like a pack of ravenous dogs. Perry's punt return gives the EMADs great field position. Once again, the Hogs dominate up front. Young Dalva Sundquist gets the passing game started. Goog Nelson, Rocket, and Emrod paved the way for Perry's TD. Plaster catches his 4th touchdown pass of the season. The loss of Nelson opens the door for Cody Bogart, and the beast is released. Nutt has to move to left guard, replacing an injured Nelson, and helps lead Goog to his first TD. Great blocking on the perimeter by Plaster and Sundquist allowed Goog and Murray to escort Perry to a 40-yard touchdown and a 24-0 halftime lead.
Do not go past this team in the second half. 0-0. The scoreboard. single receiver slant, Paul. So we call 97 the single receiver slant, fading either side, whatever we want to do.
Wait,
Okay?
they have a guy on the outside, like in the inside, and they have another inside. So it's not gonna be like one step. We're not to like fake outside thing. It's like wait, like a count. Okay.
Okay, here's what you're seeing. Everything's going to the tight end side. Murray, you and Osterman or Faggard, you guys are going to stand right here. The two of you just stand right here. Okay? And 44 goes to this side. Murray, I want you to go to that side, line up in that gap. If 44 is a tight end over here, then I want you to go to that side. Because they're running everything tight end, so we want to get a big body on that side. Here, Emrod. Okay? They don't have any receivers out here. So we got to, when they do that guy's now in the backfield. We got a corner to safety right there. You just rocket through that thing. I'm talking shoulders down. Bam! You get in the backfield and light that sucker up. You understand? Yes, go!
Or the year before that.
Okay? This is your chance, second half, to set a tone, right? You don't get to play him again. Right? This is bragging rights. So let's take it to him in the second half. Do you understand? Yes! Okay, it's 0-0. Understand who's going to get the first shot? We are going. Who's going to get the first shot? We are going. Okay, now we're going 3 off the turn. I want one hell of a win.
Hey, we didn't have to win. Let's do it right this time.
The EMADs have learned their lessons well. There will be no let-up in the second half. Baird and Mikey continues to wreak havoc on opposing teams. Perry to Sundquist to Plaster for a 32-0 lead. EMADs finish the deal as Tyler Presser won't let his EMADs let up. Paul Sundquist seals the deal to preserve the EMADs' third shutout in a row.
Football is a game, not a war. It's for win or lose, not life or death. But say that in the summer, for winter brings the playoffs and a season is at stake.
Now from here, we got to go on the road, in the cold, in the snow, in the wind, with a hostile environment, and play our style of football. And we don't want it any other way.
You're going to play us through light and rain.
The palms of your hands will thicken, the skin of your cheek will tan.
It don't matter if it's starting light
You'll grow ragged and weary and wet, but you must do the best you can. Do you fear the force of the wind, the slash of the rain? Go face them and fight them. Be savage again.
Both fists are now tight. As the dogs sick the killer hobbits on Shadle Park, Trenton Bonine is back, and now joined with his partner in crime, Greg Osterman. The Highlanders never stood a chance, as the dogs go on to their fourth shutout in a row. On offense, the EMAD showcased their potent passing game, throwing for over 200 yards. Logan Magro leads the EMAD rushing attack with 3 touchdowns. The turnover fest continues with Kyle Perry's 63-yard interception return for a touchdown. Troy Nutt shows his EMAD versatility, throwing Highlanders for losses. Catching passes, play on the line, and snapping for punts and pats. The 1-2-3 combination of Presser, Perry, and Goog are too much for the Highlanders. Speaking of versatility, Nathan Faggart shows his ability to run the ball when not rushing the passer, as both QBs complete 14 out of 17 attempts. No interceptions. The receiving core of Hancock, Engel, Rasmussen, and Oliver have breakout games. Plaster again follows the bouncing ball. EMADs are spreading the ball on offense. Bear to Engel. Bear to Sundquist. Nutt on the reverse. Logan finishes the night with the Dogs' final TD and a 38-0 shutout. With both fists tightly clenched, the EMAD finished the season where they started.
Last time, this is where we started our season. Okay, this is where we're going to finish it. Let's finish it on our terms.
The Goog Monster led the way on defense. He showed up hungry because he hadn't had his breakfast burrito yet. Nutt and Nimrod secured the perimeter. Another huge hole by Murray, Nutt, and Rocket. Perry does the rest. Presser follows the hog pile, and we all know how much dogs like a pile. Kyle Perry scores his second touchdown on only his third carry. Logan Magro goes up high with both hands. Presser, bumbling, stumbling, in for more yards. The Googmeister, and another EMAD turnover. For dessert, how about a little wedge? Kyle Perry picks up some great downfield blocking from Caden Oliver.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Hogs lead Presser into the promised land. Emrod shuts the Saxons down. Oliver on an audible. Another audible. Third time's the charm, Bear to Caden. Oliver with a little help from his friends. EMADs finish off the Saxons 36-6.
Goog, I'll tell you, Goog, you had a hell of a game on defense. I don't know how many tackles you had.
Nelson's going to join us, so go ahead. Hey, Nelson.
Here we go. Let's hear for Goog.
He got 3 touchdowns. We just went right back.
Let's hear for Perry.
And Murray was blocking in front of him.
Not just Murray. Rocket.
There you go.
Goog, Caden, Presser. Oh, all these blockers. Emrod. Yeah. Let's hear for the blocking. Yeah. Yes. The killer Hobbits. I'll tell you what, the defensive in play by Nut, Plaster, and Rocket, outstanding. We told you in the beginning that if you believe in what we were trying to do, that you would do things that you previously had never done. And you did that in spades. You are so far ahead of the game from what you guys have done this year.
Thank you. Pay attention. You're all going to be doing push-ups.
It's not too late, Coach.
It's coming. Push-up position. Ready? You too, Coach.
Nelson, this means you too.
Ready? Count. 1. Nelson, you should be doing them. Nelson, you should be doing push-ups. Count.
On these winds of victory ride emotions of a year of work and sweat, guts, glory, and fear.
Put me on the 1 foot line and give me 2 minutes to go and give me all 3 of my timeouts and give me my boys. And then let me hear my name over the loudspeaker. Let me hear the roar of the crowd. Let me have them booing on one side. Let me get in and call plays, see the eyes grow as I call these plays and talk to them. Let me feel the hair on my back crawling.
All sights are set on one glittering goal. The chance to play and win.
We die together. You can get it done. You can get it done. What's more, you gotta get it done.
There's a gleam, men. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam, all right? Let's go.
Want a piece of that championship? Put it in here.
After all these years, Mike, that I could come out here and be nice and relaxed. Jeez, I'm a nervous wreck.
Hey, guys, where else would you rather be?
Last game of the season, which was a lot of fun for so many reasons. But this illustrates how far these kids had come. I mean, they had totally arrived, okay? We're going down the field for the 5th touchdown, I think it was. Caden Oliver calls an audible because he's not covered. All of a sudden, boom, bear hits Caden, goes 35 yards for a touchdown. Lassen, he thinks we're running the score up, and he says, I think it's time to stop throwing the ball. Coach B looks at him and says, I didn't call the play.
Develop relationships with all of us, but that bond with Coach P and some of the other coaching staff, with Coach Lassen, with
the last time we're together, they start doing now they know they're going to have to do push-ups, right? More push-ups. So they start that before Lassen can even get out of his mouth, assume the position. They're on the turf. They know what's coming, and they're okay with that.
Matter of respect and endearment, and a way to say thank you to him.
I knew from previous experience with Coach P and my son A-Rod playing within their program, but at the same time, these are 8th graders, and like, how are we going to instill that program into these 8th graders? And so as far as, they just blew me out of the water. Every little thing, every little step, every little thing that you do is for you. It's for a reason. I was just kind of standing back like, that makes sense.
I asked a friend of mine who grew up in this town, and I said, what do you know about pullout? And he says, I never had a kid on this team, so I can't talk from experience here. But I've had several kids work for me in my business. They went through this program, and the only thing I can tell you is, he makes better human beings out of it.
At the beginning, we're like, the football thing, it's football. Like, but it's the way how they're gonna grow.
Football was the vehicle to make better kids out of these kids, give them a better experience, give them a really good team experience where they bond together, and just make flat out better kids out of them.
My expectations were high, but it so far exceeded anything. And the expectations for the kids are one thing. For myself, it gave me a new love for the game too. A sense of accomplishment. There were games that we played that meant more to me than any game I'd probably played in my life. For me, it was especially great because my coach, when I was my boy's age, was it, right? All the things that you subconsciously change your life came to life. But to have coach teach me how to coach and then teach my boy how to play and to be able to do that was special for me.
And then the last game, he said, hey, Blaster, you're calling the plays, and to be calling the plays in there to your own son, defense.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. It was great. It's a great time. This year, so far, exceeded anything that I could have. It's really hard to even explain because when you come from a coaching experience or just being us last year to where we ended up this year, for our boys and for us, it's from 0 to 1,000%. It's not really describable. And watch their eyes, and watch them line up, and watch them do their individual things that they do, and know that somebody else was there to make that possible for them as a teammate. But we all have dogs in the fight. We all have boys. We all have a reason to be there. Different coaches did. So many levels. The expectation was met, exceeded.
Now what? Because they know what their bodies and their minds can do. It's been open. Every time I stand back and to think what this coaching staff, as far as Coach Barola, Lassen, Miller, Tajan, what they're doing is so special. I was thinking of words to tell the kids as far as how special it felt to me, but bring it onto the kids as far as how special these coaches. They don't have kids in our program. We're all
reason to be there.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to really be there.
Newborn.
Yeah,
And then he's there every week. Coach Miller, he came down with that ailment. And he missed what, maybe 2-3 practices, when most people would be out for the season.
What was cool is I never really learned or never really paid any attention to the line, but to watch Tajan work with the lineman and teach how properly to hit somebody, how to step, how to do the things, all the things that I think subconsciously that we've all learned. It's fun to sit and watch excellence in a line coach, excellence in an offensive coach, excellence in a defensive coach, excellence in a defensive back coach, and to watch that blend, to watch Lassen and to watch Floyd back and forth. To see how coaching staffs should react, how things really need to go, and how to respect coaching. Anywhere far exceed. I mean, I knew the boys were going to just go nuts and they were going to learn everything. But as a coach, as learning the game of football, I mean, actually how to hit, actually how to tackle, actually how to block, actually how to run a play and hit a hole. What part did we know? So my expectations were exceeded on so many levels, from my boy to myself. I'm excited to think about coaching a fifth grade kid again. Something to offer, and if I don't understand what I'm teaching them, guess what I'm going to go see?
You're not going to learn at the library that the door has been opened to coaching.
So expectations, it's awesome. To be able to coach with my coach and my boy, awesome. But to think of the coaches that we played against that have been doing this a lot longer than we have, writing stuff to the league, complimenting our team, to referees saying what a great coach team. So the expectations, even from not our team and not our coaches and not our parents and not our little group, to have
outside eyes.
Eyes, and you got to be pretty good to have them really stop it and say, hey, I got to say something, or somebody to write an email that goes throughout the league twice.
So we did something right.
We look at philosophies of how things are done, and you take it from the first practice to the last game, and then you look at your boys perform on the field. These guys were very calm on the field. Years before, we were anything but calm, anything but sportsmen sometimes. When it really gets down to the sportsmanship, what the kids learn is off the chart.
We got a bunch of kids where every man's a dog, and they're going to stay that way for life. They're going to dig up their pennies at the end of their senior year, and they're going to be very, very proud of the accomplishments they made. EMAD on 3. 1, 2, 3. EMAD!
Coach Blaster, I want to see somebody finish.
I am so high, I can hear heaven. I'm so high, I can hear heaven. Oh, but heaven, no heaven, don't hear me. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna.
Coach Lassen, assume the position. Ready? Move!
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't forget about the stuff. Down.
Coach Tajan, offensive line.
Hurry, over! Someone tell me love will
Coach Miller, wide receivers and safeties.
But how can that be? Look what love gave us. What for love? You scared me! Yes, God! You scared me! Yes, God! World never came. And they say that a hero can save us.
We're not going to be typical Patriots, are we?
No!
I have a question.